Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what the game has for me today. We've got the Saver. Saver I believe I have not done, and this is a character that I am pretty concerned about because Saver's just an extremely difficult and relatively weak character overall. Just quickly checked to make sure I actually hadn't done the Saver, and we haven't. So, let's roll and see what weapon we get. We've got the Revolver. Revolver's a pretty strong weapon. I think it's a solid one on Abyssal Terrors, because often you want to just kill elites as soon as possible, so Revolver's not bad for that. It doesn't have particular synergy with Saver, because it doesn't generate money like a Thief Dagger or a Loot would, or one of the support weapons, but I think this is a totally fine pick for our weapon here. Made 60 materials wave 1 and then a little bit more, which is great. That is, and then of course from our harvesting. So that's excellent. That is a really good income off of wave 1 here. I'm going to take the 5 harvesting. That will boost our harvesting up to the point where it's growing by 2 per wave. So that's perfect. With the Saver, of course, we want to eventually have a large bank of materials for our piggy bank to generate money and for us to get the extra damage from held materials that the Saver gets. But I don't want to start building a bank until I actually have a decent number of weapons and items, so we're going to roll for those weapons early on. I'm going to take the fertilizer here as well. Although this means that I won't have another revolver, I think fertilizer is worth buying even on the Saver where it costs 50% more. I think it's worth buying in the first couple waves, and with 2 revolvers, I think our wave clear on wave 2 will still be fine. As long as we can get to 6 revolvers before like wave 5 or so, we'll be okay. So, picking up the extra income from the fertilizer is going to be really good. Part of why we did so well on wave 1, of course, is that the Saver, the piggy bank actually does tick. You get 6 materials from it because you start with 30 materials, and then the piggy bank gives you 20% of those because you start with piggy bank. Here, I'm going to take the ranged damage. We would prefer attack speed for our revolver. That's the stat that we care about the most, but range damage is good as well. I don't really need to roll for harvesting, and I don't want to spend too much money rolling for specific stats because we really need to find our weapons, and our weapons cost 50% more. So if you roll for stats, you can get in a lot of trouble. I'm going to roll past the Pearl here, although any free items, so if we did happen to get the 3% chance, the Pearl would be amazing. Any free items are really good. We just can't afford to buy items that don't do anything. And then I'm going to roll for revolvers. Really unfortunate that we missed so many times on those revolvers, but I think it's okay. I could buy the Lumberjack shirt here because we aren't going to be able to buy another weapon. Doing that means that I'm giving up some materials. I'm giving up 5 materials from the piggy bank and a very small amount of percentage damage. But I think it's worth spending 31 on the Lumberjack shirt to have the shop slot open next wave. Now I'm going to pretty much buy only revolvers, and then we're going to try to build up a bank so our piggy bank can start actually working. Any item that we find like that, any item we find in a chest is incredible for the Saver because it's worth 50% more. And, of course, it's going to be a relatively larger part of our damage and survivability of our stats because we just have fewer stats overall thanks to our worse income. I'm going to take the Plant here. Although Revolver does sometimes want to be a lifesteal build, Plant is just very efficient, so I'm very happy to buy that. Take 5 more harvesting, and then here, let's take 10 luck, so we've got some decent economy stats on the way. Take the Revolver, we'll lock the Gentle Alien, I'm going to roll, and lock another Revolver. And then here, I'm actually just going to go to the next wave. Actually, this is an interesting question. Do I buy the Scar? Because Scar is a good economy item. I think I will buy the Scar, and then next wave we're going to try to bank money. Because we haven't gotten our weapon set online, we have had a harder time getting to the point where we can start banking money for our piggy bank. Because we're still playing with only 4 guns. And that is the downside of buying the fertilizer, but fertilizer is just so efficient early that it's worth it. Helps grow our economy much faster as well. And Revolver is a good enough weapon in the early game that we can get away with having fewer of them. Any chance I can kill this curse alien? Nice, I got it. Here, I'm going to do a quick reroll, and then let's pick up 5 more harvesting. Roll one more time, or do I just take the move speed? I'll just take the move speed. Then we will buy this revolver. I'm going to lock the beanie, and I'm going to throw in a reroll, buy another revolver. And now we're just going to not buy more items for a while. Though I will roll while we still have a guaranteed weapon, and lock that. Wow. Revolver and particle accelerator with only 10 luck. That's kind of amazing. One downside of what's going of this run for us right now is that we have horde waves, and that's much harder for revolvers to deal with than elites. Revolver is probably the best weapon in the game for killing elites. It's the second highest DPS weapon in the game after laser gun, but it also has much faster attacks, so it lets you kill the other enemies on the field much more easily. So revolver's probably at its best when you have triple elite. The buffed mantis shrimp is quite dangerous there. There's a tree down in the lower left here. Nice, got a crate. That's awesome. And we're making very good income on these waves. I'll definitely take the sunglasses. I do need more armor. Okay, well, we'll take this armor. But 10 crit chance is too big a DPS boost to pass up on. And then now we're going to start generating money from the piggy bank by not buying anything. Though I will do one reroll. Oh, no, I already had a revolver locked. So I was going to try to roll for another weapon, but that I just threw away 5 materials there. We still could have rolled into a level 1 or 2 revolver. It would have been fine, but with a weapon locked already, there was no particular need to do that. So the earlier you can start saving money on the saver and start having the piggy bank actually make up for the huge economic penalties that the character has, the better. So the goal is to just stabilize your early game to the point where you're comfortably clearing the wave, and then just start saving money as soon as possible. The actual damage that you get from holding materials is not particularly good. Even with a 50% item cost penalty, you will get more efficient sources of damage than just holding your materials for percent damage. But it's very important to start getting your income going with the piggy bank, so you still want to hold money. I guess I'll take a level 4 dodge upgrade. It's not what I would have chosen. That's not like my first choice, but when it shows up, I'll definitely take it. Piercing shots, even unreliable piercing shots like eye patch, really important for revolver with horde waves, so I will lock this. And I think I can get away with one more wave of not spending any money. Do I want the gentle alien? I think I will make more money by having gentle alien than I would by having the extra, what's that, like 15 materials? No, not even. So I think we want the gentle alien there, but we're going to save the rest of our money for the piggy bank. Next wave, I'm going to have to start spending money, because wave 8 is where Abyssal Terrors starts getting a little threatening. You end up with just more dangerous enemies on wave 8. Saver's a weak character overall because the piggy bank just does not provide enough income to make up for the huge economic penalty that the character suffers, so it's very easy to just fall behind on this character and just not have enough income to be able to win. Here I'll take 3 more armor. I obviously need max HP as well, but armor's so good when you get it on Abyssal Terrors, and then we'll take 15 attack speed. That's perfect. Then I'm going to spend down to about 500 materials, so let's get the level 3 revolver, and I'll throw in a reroll here to see if I can, a couple rerolls to see if I can roll something else relevant. We'll lock a hedgehog as well, and then go to the next wave. Keeping these items locked keeps the prices, so even if I have them locked for many waves, I am giving up some rerolls, but I'm also saving money in the long run. Generally, a good rule of thumb for the saver is that you want to spend 100 less than you're making from your piggy bank every round in order to get a lot of money. But that's only after wave like 10 or so when you've managed to build up a huge bank. So the goal is going to be to get to like 1,000 or 2,000 held materials and then just spend out of the interest rather than spending down the principal. I'll take the sad tomato. It currently we will not benefit from starting at half health, but having more regen is really good. Let's roll here, and more harvesting would be nice. I don't really need to take percent damage because we're going to get that from our materials. I'm just going to take the harvesting. It's still early enough that that's fine. And take the eye patch and the hedgehog and the beanie, and then I will roll, and we'll stay on 550, I think, here, locking the revolver. And do I do one more reroll to try to lock something? Probably do. With 3 open shop slots, that seems good. So we'll hold on 550 and make 610 material, or make 110 materials. So as long as my stake, my principal, is growing every wave, then we're in good shape. I'm going to try to hold 100 more materials each wave than I held the last wave. Up to the point where I have like 1,000 or 2,000 in the bank. I have no idea how I didn't take a hit there. I thought I walked directly into that enemy. Must have just skirted the edge of it. There I just walked directly into an enemy though. Or an enemy attack anyways. One nice thing about the Saver is that unlike a lot of other economy-focused classes, we still get full material drops from enemies, so we do at least get that. The loot alien ran in exactly the wrong direction for me to be able to kill it, which was unfortunate. Medkit, this basically solves our healing problem, so I'm very happy to see that. I'll definitely take 3 ranged damage. I can start building dodge as well, because we actually got that 12 dodge level up, so this character could be a dodge-based character. I'm going to spend down to probably 700 or 800 this wave. We'll take the Shady Potion here. I'm going to pass on the Penguin, but I will take... Can I get away with a Peacock? If I can get a lot of XP gain, that would be really nice. So I think I will buy that, and for that reason, I'm going to also buy this Revolver, because it just keeps me a little safer. We'll do a reroll as well. The Pearl, I don't need. The Cake and the Ritual, though, I'm going to lock. Ritual, actually, so we get 1 damage per 25 materials, so Ritual is actually damage negative for us, so even though this lets us buy lifesteal, I think we won't buy the Ritual. So I have to be really careful this wave, because we have the Peacock. I die in 2 hits, even when I'm full health. Maybe even 1 hit, depending on if it's like a cursed anglerfish. We might take 26 from that. We've got 5 armor, but that's still a lot of damage. So I need to be very careful about not taking hits this wave, and hopefully we can get enough levels that we will benefit from having bought that Peacock. Wave 10 is typically your farming wave on the Abyss, so the Peacock is really nice on this wave because it's going to give us more XP than on pretty much any other wave, since we get more money this wave than on any other wave. That being said, it's really hard for me to pick up these materials, so we might not get as much in the way of XP as I'd like. I'm going to tank that hit just to make some distance, but I left a lot of materials on the ground. I'll take the acid here, although, of course, we want to build dodge because we have started building dodge, and once you've started, you want to commit. I need max HP, so I'm going to buy that. We'll take the attack speed, and then just take the 9 max HP level up. Decomposing Flesh is pretty nice. We should get a decent amount of levels. We've bought a lot of XP gain, so we should be able to benefit from that. Let's buy this and the cake, and then roll to the next wave, or roll to the next shop, roll again. I'm going to take the Lost Duck here, lock the cake, and then go to wave 11, because I really want to start making more money. We can spend down our bank as well if we find good items when we're going into a boss wave. So we can take the income that we've got here and spend it down if we're worried about the horde wave, which currently I am. The extra attack speed that we got recently helps a lot, but our damage output is not that high. Haven't built that much flat ranged damage, so we're definitely in trouble there. And we have very unreliable piercing shots. We've got the eye patch, so we've got the piercing shots when we crit, but we don't crit that often. I did manage to pick up all the materials that were doubled last wave, so all the ones we left on the ground we managed to recover, which is nice. Definitely don't want to fall behind on picking up materials, because then you end up in a spiral where you start losing materials wave after wave after wave. And here, I'll just take 9 more dodge and 6 more maximum HP. Definitely taking the revolver. I'll take the cake as well. Saltwater, we're going to pass on. Let's keep rolling. I'll take the recycling machine. Actually, I'm going to pass on recycling machine. We benefit as... So it costs more to buy it, but you also get more money out of it because the items you're recycling cost more. But I don't really want to buy something that doesn't make us stronger in the near term. And we've got our piggy bank for economy at the moment, so I don't want to buy too many items that just don't help immediately. Fishhook's an exception because it's super, super powerful, so we will take the fishhook. And let's keep rolling. I'm going to buy this revolver. Black belt, I could lock. Ugly tooth, I could lock. Spicy sauce, I could lock. I'm going to roll past all of them, I think, though. I'll take the bag. Do one more reroll here. And let's lock the reinforced steel for my fishhook. Spyglass, even cursed. I don't know if that's going to pay for itself, although our rerolls are getting pretty expensive. So let's lock it and see if we get it cursed. I was really hoping to roll into something good to curse. Fishhook and Piggy Bank do have some synergy too, because you often want to lock items with the fishhook. And so that means that you will sometimes pass with materials still in the bank for the Piggy Bank. So fishhook is pretty nice for the saver. You can see here that our lack of piercing shots and AoE damage is starting to be a challenge, though. This is why I'm concerned about this character, because just doing damage is hard with the saver. Trying to navigate the edges of the map here. We're going to suffer in terms of picking up materials, but I'll try to cut into the center to pick up some materials occasionally anyways. Took a hit there, work our way through this gap between the enemies, and we survived the horde wave. We did not make that much money out of it, but we're alive, and that's what matters. I'll take the ritual here, and I've got decent move speed. I could take 10 luck, because if I get the pearl cursed, then the extra luck will be useful. So we can actually check that. So I can check my fishhook if it has, because the pity bonus is calculated at the end of the wave. So we know that we did not curse either of the items that we locked because the fishhook shows 10% pity bonus. So we got unlucky there. For that reason, I'm not going to buy the luck. I'm going to roll and see if we can get a more relevant stat. Not going to buy Spyglass because it didn't get cursed. Oh, I didn't even try to curse the pearl, actually. I completely forgot. But the fishhook trick is still relevant. I'll take Reinforced Steel, though. I definitely want more range damage. We want the helmet. Let's roll here. Fertilizer this late, I don't know if that's going to be valuable. We've only got like 8 more. We've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, the fertilizer will pay for itself, and it gives us XP as well. I'll lock the revolver here to potentially curse it with fishhook. Bone dice I will also lock, because if we can curse that, it would be really nice. And for 17, I will do a reroll to see if there's anything else I can lock, but there wasn't. I'm going to try to save a little more money at this point. I'd like to boost my piggy bank income a little bit more. So we saved 1,000 last wave. I'm going to see if I can boost that up to like 1,200 or so this next wave. We have managed to buy a decent amount of attack speed, which is good. Because that's the stat that Revolver needs the most. It reduces the cooldown time, the reload time between every 6 shots, does benefit from attack speed. So buying attack speed can really make your revolvers much more consistent. I'd love to find more crit chance to give ourselves some more piercing as well. Piercing is very important to Revolver, and we have only found some unreliable piercing, and given that we've got horde waves as well, it's even more important for this character. I'll just take 3 range damage here. We will just take the Revolver. When it didn't get cursed, I'm not going to buy the bone dice. Coupon. So Coupon is less effective for this character because our items cost 50% more. The 5% item price here scales linearly, so that changes the 150% item price to 145% item price. In other words, while normally it cuts a 20th off the price, for this character it only cuts a 30th off the price. So Coupon is significantly less efficient for this character and costs more. That being said, do I still want it? I probably do, but it's much worse for Saver than for other characters. I'll take the Tentacle. We definitely need increased crit chance, and we're going into a Horde wave. Can I afford the Starfish? I think I will buy Starfish. It does mean that I'm losing more money than I wanted to. Oh, Black Flag. That's a lot of money. All right, let's get risky. We're going to drop down to only 800 materials here, and we're going to buy the Black Flag. We'll lock the plant. I'll do one reroll to see if I can curse anything else. I'll try to curse Sharp Bullet as well. Cute Monkey, even cursed, I wouldn't buy. But Black Flag is just too good to pass up on. It's so much money. It does make this particular wave super dangerous, but we're not at the point where... And sometimes I would say, you know, we should pass the Black Flag because the only thing we need to do is survive this wave, for example. But we're not at that point yet with this character. This is a weak enough character that we do, I think, still have to take risks. So we're going to buy the Black Flag. We did just increase enemy damage massively, so when I take a hit, it's going to hurt. But our regeneration isn't terrible. I can't afford to go... Because of where the enemies were positioned, I couldn't go after that tree there. I would love the cursed Sharp Bullet. Obviously, we're going to buy it whether it's cursed or not, but if we can get it cursed, that would be incredible because the damage penalty would be lowered. We're getting fairly lucky on our dodges as well, I have to say. So we made it through this Horde wave, making barely any money. The Black Flag did not pay for itself this wave, but it will soon once we get a little more damage. Warrior Helmet, that's great. Here I'm going to reroll, and we'll take 3 more armor. That just makes us much less likely to die. Sharp Bullet cursed, awesome. It does reduce our piercing damage, but now we've actually got AoE damage. Unfortunately, a wave too late. Maybe I should have just bought the non-cursed Sharp Bullet last wave for extra clear speed. Maybe that would have been better. That's an interesting consideration. But we'll take the Lure, and I'll roll here. I'll lock this Revolver to try to get a cursed one. I'll lock the Gummy Berserker to try to curse that as well. And I do need to hold more materials, so we're just going to go to the next wave. 4 items locked in the shop for our fish hook is pretty good. Getting really good material drops because we still have the doubled materials from all the ones we didn't pick up, and we have the Starfish, so enemies are dropping extra materials. And the extra piercing shots from the Sharp Bullet are incredible for this character. We're actually clearing the wave now. So I think we held, what, 1,200 materials last wave? So we can actually get a decent number more. Losing 8% damage and 3 speed for 5 regen. I don't think we actually want the Mammoth, so I'm recycling that. The Jelly I'll take. 19 for an HP is fine. Losing 2 range damage for the Nail, even with the engineering scaling, obviously not good. I'll take the Coupon here as well. You can see how little money we've saved on the Coupon compared to how much we've spent on it, but I think it will still pay off. Here... I'll just take 12% damage, although we are getting percent damage from our held materials. Just having more reliable percent damage, so when we spend down our money, we can still have some, is good. And then I'm going to try to hold on 1,500 materials this wave, so let's roll a couple times. Can I afford to lose a range damage to buy the Lucky Charm here? Probably, and that's a lot of luck. So then we'll do a reroll. I'll lock the gambling token, lock the blood leech. Either of those cursed would be nice. Do one more reroll to try to lock some more items. I am curious how the spyglass would have performed. We've ended up doing a lot of fairly expensive rerolls. I don't think it would have been worth it still, because it costs a lot of money to buy. But we've ended up doing more rerolling with this character because we have the fishhook. So spyglass and fishhook do have some synergy. If it had gotten cursed, it would have been very good, I think. We're also just making way more money now because we have the black flag, so we're getting a lot of extra percent damage, and of course we're going to be able to build up to a much higher amount of held materials thanks to black flag giving us way more money. Killing all those curse aliens helps with that as well. Increased enemy speed, pretty dangerous, but my move speed is now negative, so I'm going to take the scarf here, take 2 ranged damage. The gambling token got cursed, so we're up to 40% dodge. That's pretty nice. The blood leech, I think, is worth buying. I do need more healing. We'll buy the revolver here as well. I'm going to try to hold on 1,500 or so materials. Head injury, so we would spend... Basically, we're spending 4% damage, 4.5% damage on buying 6% damage if I buy this. But then also we're not getting the income from the piggy bank and stuff. So buying percent damage with the saver, you have to do the math on. Take the gentle alien and baby gecko. I think I'm going to pass on. I don't really want items that don't make us actually stronger at this point. Then let's lock the revolver, lock the lens, do a reroll, and we'll lock the... I don't think I want to buy the hunting trophy, but I'll lock it because cursed hunting trophy gives crit chance. Scar. Would a cursed scar be valuable at all? That late, we would only get it for wave 18 and 19 where it mattered, and we've already got quite a bit of extra XP gain, so it probably wouldn't. Let's just go to the next wave. Oh, lucky dodge there. I wouldn't have died or anything, but definitely would have been under a lot of HP pressure because I walked directly into that shark. Our regen is pretty good. I was hoping I could burst down the elite really fast, but unfortunately I didn't quite have the damage for it, and because there's so many cursed enemies on the field, we are having a little bit of trouble focusing damage on the elite at this point. I'm gonna try to back off from it. I'll tank hits, and in order to focus damage, I did kind of miscalculate there, because I thought that last burst of attacks, when I took that one hit when it charged on top of me, I thought that last burst of attacks would kill it, and we would get the full heal from the chest. But it survived at like 2 HP, so I had to back off and wait in order to get a little bit more healing and a little more damage on it. So many lampreys on the field as well here. But we made a lot of money, and we did get our items here. I guess I'll take the Scar when it shows up for free in a box. Explosive Turret probably will not pay for itself, so we're going to recycle it. Mutation's good, though. And let me just take 5 regen to make sure that I'm not dying. Unfortunately, the hunting trophy we can't take because I wanted the crit chance if it got cursed, since it didn't get cursed. This fishhook also badly underperforming again. Fishhook always does this to me. On the other hand, a cursed bag. Do I even want this? It costs 80. We get 25, so I would need to find 4 crates. We'll probably find 4 crates, so I'll take the cursed bag here. The curse is also good, of course. We'll take the revolver and small magazine, and then I'm going to roll and lock the butterfly. I guess I'll lock all of these for the fish hook, and we'll hold with 1,500 materials. Normally, I prefer to hold more materials, but this character still needs to get stronger, so we can't really afford to not buy items, I think, at this point. So if we find 4 crates, then the bag will be fine, because the extra curse is also really, really good when you have Black Flag and everything. If we find 5 crates, the bag will both pay for itself and have given us both make us a profit and have given us curse. We spent 80 on it, so if we only make 100 back, I'm not that happy, because then we've effectively borrowed... we've, like, lent out 80 materials for a 20 material return after 2 waves, which is not a great return. But if we get 3 crates, then I'm pretty happy, and we got the curse as well. Losing attack speed, definitely a downside, but just more damage from scope is great. We'll take the alien magic for sure. This kind of solves a lot of our problems. And then here I'm going to take 12 dodge. Now we're almost at dodge cap, and then some more range damage. That's perfect. I'm going to grab all these items that got cursed, the mushroom and the butterfly, and we will upgrade our revolver. Baby elephant, when it's not cursed, I'm not going to grab. Let's lock this acid. I'll lock the ritual as well, because I'll buy it if it gets cursed. If it doesn't, then I won't. Do I just want the acid this wave? I think not. I think I'm gonna save my money here. I'm gonna roll to see if I can lock something else good. I guess pile of books I would buy. But I want to hold as many materials as possible going into wave 19 so that we can have as much money as we need to spend to make the bosses easy. The field here getting really crowded. We're obviously very glad we got the cursed sharp bullet. So many enemies that I just don't have the damage to kill. So they're just piling up. I'd really love to find, like, baby with a beard or something. That would have been huge. Yeah, we'll definitely take the pumpkin. We'll take 4 more range damage. That's perfect. Nothing got cursed again. This fishhook being a fishhook classic. I'm not going to buy either of these uncursed. So currently I have 138% damage. We get 4 damage per 100 materials, so we are making what, 100 and right, so it's 4 damage per 100 materials, which is, I can do this, 120 damage from our held materials. So we actually don't have much in the way of percent damage. So I don't really want to spend all of my materials, but I can definitely spend some in order to get other stats and make ourselves stronger. I probably can spend down to the point where we've got, like, plus 80% damage. Take the helmet for sure. Let's roll here. Okay, the power generator, we currently have no movement speed, but it's a cursed power generator, so if I find movement speed while I'm re-rolling for more items, then the power generator would be really good. Is that worth buying, though? I think probably not. I think I just gotta roll for things that are certainly going to work. Then let's roll again. Oh, a cursed fishhook. That would be nice. Corrupted shard. This is just 1 curse for 0 damage, so it doesn't do anything. Let's roll again. I do lose 2 range damage here, but the lifesteal from the cape is probably worth it. And then let's roll 1 more time. I'll upgrade my revolver. Head injury. This is plus 1% damage if I buy it, because we lose 5 but gain 1 or gain 6. So I guess I'll take the plus 1% damage. Then I'm going to reroll 1 more time, and with rerolls costing 77, so that's 3 damage per reroll, I'm going to stop rerolling, and we'll take our 1750 materials into the last wave. Trying not to walk into every single enemy attack if possible. We do have 60 dodge. We're at dodge cap. Finding those early dodge level ups helped a lot, especially because we got pretty lucky on how many attacks we dodged this run. I'd say this was a pretty clean run overall. I made a couple mistakes early, but we were able to overcome those, and we got our win with the Saver. This is definitely one of the characters I was concerned about for the win streak, which we have maintained, because it's just a fairly weak character. There's a lot of weapons that it really, really struggles with. Oh, I guess I could just mouse over the saver. I didn't have to do the math to figure out how much damage I was getting from my held materials. That's funny. Totally forgot this showed up in the tooltip. Taking a look at our items, well, everybody wants to know how the piggy bank did. We got 3,100 materials from the piggy bank. But remember, our items cost 50% more. So the question is, would a normal character have spent more, spent 6,000 materials or more? I think usually you spend more than 6k. So the piggy bank for the saver, we end up with fewer materials overall. I actually don't know what the average spend per 20 level run is. That would be interesting to know. This fishhook did not perform very well, but when it did, we got the cursed sharp bullet, and that's all we needed, so it still worked out very well. The bags were good. They gave us 390 materials. We ended up saving 318 on the coupon, so those were worth it. Starfish was great, of course, extra material drops from enemies. The black flag gave us 500 materials, which obviously is excellent. What else? This cauldron was really nice. The cursed cauldron as well was great. The pickup radius actually worked out very well, because when you pick up materials on the saver, you gain damage. So it helps you during the wave as well. And other than that, I'd say we mostly bought just efficient, solid items. The med kit gave us a lot of healing, which obviously helped a lot as well. Finding the super early med kit, and Sad Tomato basically meant we didn't have to spend money on healing, so that helped out a lot also. Alright, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the saver, and of course, as always, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit that like button. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.